Welcome back, guys, to the second part of my Castlevania Retrospective. Or better yet, it's not the second part. This is, in its whole, is the second part. There's the second stream where I will be covering Castlevania Bloodlines for the Sega Genesis. Now, cool little memory that I have from not only this game, but from actually picking up the Genesis. At the time, I didn't pick up Sega Genesis right away, like most of the people did back then, because Sega Genesis was heavily marketed, as you guys already know. I was kind of, at that time, I was kind of like really centered on the Nintendo camp, and I felt that it was like, you know, why are they doing this? Again, Super Nintendo was cool, and Nintendo overall is cool. So I was, you know, a bit ignorant in that aspect. I fell for the whole marketing thing, and I didn't pick up the Sega Genesis until much later. Now this ties into a very special memory that I have, that I've written about it in blogs and stuff like that, which is the occasion where I picked up for the first time the import of Super Street Fighter. No, not Super Street Fighter, Street Fighter 2 for the Super Family. At that time, I had paid in advance for an import copy. Why? Because at the time of Street Fighter 2's launch, at least the American launch, it got delayed by a few months. Japanese already had their Street Fighter fix, and they had their game, and we were going crazy watching the previews on the magazines and stuff like that. Now you ask yourself, what does this have to do with Castlevania? Bear with me. Now, I had this shop that I used to love buying and trading stuff, Oriental shop, around Grand Concourse in Bronx, New York. I always used to go there. There was this nice Asian lady, and she was a Sega fan, apparently, because every single time that I would go there, she would always try to convince me to either pick up a Mega Play magazine, which is the Mega Drive for the Sega Genesis, or make me buy a Sega Genesis or Sega Genesis games. I kept telling her, I don't have the Sega Genesis. I don't want to play the Sega Genesis. I just want some really good Super NES games. She's like, oh, okay, no problem. No. Yeah, me, you don't want the Mega Drive, very good. Anyways, the point is, I tell her what happened to the Street Fighter. I already left it paid. She said, well, the only thing you can do is get the import version. I hear there's a trick where you put in a Game Genie and you can play it. Well, basically, you know, I ended up getting a Game Genie just for that, and I paid in full $160 for that Super Family version of Street Fighter 2. Yep, Fordham Road, bad luck. That's the same old lady. Now I'm mentioning her again for the viewers out there, because this ties into when I get my Sega Genesis and the game that I'm going to be covering now. So basically what I do is I pay it up front. For whatever reason, that got delayed. The shipment didn't come in on time. So when I go back to the lady, the nice old lady, she goes and she tells me, oh, well, you know, it's not going to come in until a few weeks because the shipments and this and that. So the best thing you could do is, why don't you get something else, and then you come back and I'll save that spot for you so you don't lose the game. I'm like, yeah, but what the hell am I going to take? You know, I'm waiting for Street Fighter. She's like, well, you could get a Sega Genesis, a Mega Drive, get the Mega Drive. So, alright, I basically fell for it because I already had kind of like a weird buyer's remorse, kind of like, I need to take this home. I need to take something. I can't go empty-handed. So I do take the Sega Genesis. And lo and behold, after that, I became a fan. Then after that, a long weeks of playing back to back all the Sega Genesis games that I had missed up to that point. Some I buyed, some I just rented out, but it was a blast. I realized then that all this marketing crap in the end was making me lose out on a really good platform like the Sega Genesis. So, after saying all that, again, where does it tie in? Well, one of the games that I picked up in that mad dash to play Sega Genesis until I waited for my Street Fighter, one that I picked up was Castlevania Bloodlines. Awesome title, as you are gonna see right now. So let's go into this. Yeah, Nintendo. I can't. I don't even want to go there, man. Them freaking commercials traumatized me to a point where I don't know, man. But yeah, that's how it was. I mean, the marketing was absolutely phenomenal. Sega, I gotta hand it to them. The people handling the marketing back then, they were geniuses. They knew how to play and mess with your head. Oh, and as a side note, I also got a Sega CD from that lady as well. Glass processing, dude. I mean, the fact that Sonic could basically run 20 times faster than Mario, that would mean that it's a better game. Or at least that was the logic. Alrighty, let's go in here. And there we go. Another one of Konami's beauties. And here we go. That's right. That's the one and only. Well, actually, that one is Saturn. My friend Bad Luck had a Saturn, but I never invested in that one. I never invested on the 32X because I knew, I could smell it. I could smell the failure in that system as soon as they started advertising. It was a mess. They couldn't decide between 32X and Saturn, and then the Saturn they came out in stores by surprise. It was a mess. It was a mess. Thank God for what came afterwards, which was the Dreamcast. To me, they corrected all the wrongs that they did in the past with that. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough for most people, and they just, kept on going with the other guys, with Sony and later Microsoft, which is a shame because that system was incredible. Yeah, Bad Luck, I remember we had a talk, actually, and you asked me once, well, what do you think about this? They got it pretty cheap, 32X. I'm like, you know what? Either buy a game or buy something else. Don't buy that crap. And you went like, okay, I'll take that into consideration. And in the end, I think you did. Yeah, Sega Saturn you did have. That one I got to try it out with you a few times, but I never experienced a Saturn on my own. Nope. Okay, let's see how the buttons are on this one. Ah, yeah. Hopefully, oh, brother. Now this, I don't know, because I guess I'll have to find out. If not, I'll restart it, because the button placement on the 3-button pad was a pain in the ass, because they always had the jump button in a place where I didn't like it. So using the PlayStation controller is not going to help much either. So let me see item is on C, the jump is no. See, I'm already not liking the. Let me see if placing C jump and attack. There you go. That's more to my liking. Let's see if it works out. Hopefully. I'm gonna go with the typical John Morris. If I start sucking too bad, I'll pick the other dude. Really, Bad Luck, you don't have any volume control over there, or is it really that loud? Yep, John Morris. Oh wait, okay. Hold on a second, guys. Okay, there you go. Let me see if the placement is correct. Yep. Okay. So it's not a coincidence. Let me bring this down a little bit then. How about now, guys? Is it any better now? Alright. Good. Let's go forth. Now, Sega Genesis games overall, in my opinion, tend to be a bit harder in terms of difficulty for whatever reason, compared to the SNES games at least. Which is pretty cool because it reminds us of the NES days, which were much harder, much more difficult and unforgiving. Now, of course, after, I'm not gonna rag on the game or anything like that because this is a lovely game. Just look at it, you know, for 16-bit, this is nice. But, you know, not having the movable whip and only having one direction, it falls more into the category of the regular Castlevania, kind of like a souped-up 8-bit version with better graphics. I think I am invincible! Now, I have to admit, it does make up the lack of whip control and stuff like that, and how you navigate the stairs. It makes up for it giving you power-ups. The power-ups are pretty badass in this game. And the bosses, of course, since we were still getting a bit of that treasure programming before they quit and became their own, we have a little bit of treasure magic in this game as well. Mermen look, basically they look more badass in this version. They're still a pain in the ass as ever. Oh my god. Look at that axe! Damn! That's a big axe. I said axe, just in case. True. If you consider it though, I mean, it never really bothered me. That whole, you know, Nintendo trying to be family friendly and avoiding, you know, because in the end, they were trying to cater to kids, you know. And when you think about it, usually grown-ups weren't the one complaining about that. It was the kids that were complaining about the lack of gore. You know, the kids wanted the violent stuff, you know. But in the end, thankfully, and I'm getting my ass kicked. Luckily, in the end, Nintendo realized that they couldn't skimp on that. Check it out, check it out. I got a souped up whip that looks like a laser thing. But I'm gonna be dead very shortly, unless this one is a pushover, which I'm hoping. Alright. Okay, doing good so far. That wolf looks like he wants to take a crap. Oh! Look at that. Basically when I killed him. Okay, just give me my whip back and I'll be on my way. I want the crappy holy water. There you go. Give me the boomerang. A staple of Castlevania. Yeah, the glass shattering. Keep forgetting about it. Move, 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 move. There you go. One more glass to break. That's it. There you go. It's not over. Yes, it is. Okay. And the reason why it feels like that NES hard is because you notice the structure of it and it looks like an NES game. Just, you know, think about it, squint a little bit and imagine these graphics in 8-bit and you have an NES game. The exception being, of course, when you start fighting the bosses. That's there's no way it can be NES. Nope. Crap. I just ended up getting hit by that anyway. There you go. Yeah, I'm getting some bad mojo on my side, and my first stream already got cut into 3 pieces, so I'm expecting that tonight is not a very good night for Hitbox. My OBS is signaling red, so that can't be good. My connection is pretty good, so I have to guess that it has to be on the server side because it's skipping a lot of frames. Yeah, I know. The thing is, I can't do anything about it from my side because it's on the red and it doesn't want to change. I think it's over there. I'm not running anything straining at all. What's gonna happen, guys, is that my stream is gonna get all butchered again. Cut into a lot of pieces, so. hope it gets fixed. Messed up, man. In any case, guys, if it doesn't get better, at least check it out on YouTube, because I know my recording is going to be flawless, so I got no worries there. But it's kind of, it pisses me off because it's not supposed to be doing this, and the first hour went so well. I don't understand why. Son of a bitch! What the fuck that? Oh my god, I can't believe this shit. That's bullshit. Great. Awesome! I'm gonna have to pause and try to restart it and see if it gets any better, because it's really annoying. Be right back, guys.